And we're back.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Welcome back. Welcome back to ASSSSCAT, the improvised show. We have Andy Richter doing our monologues now. And yes.
Hold on. Your microphone cord is all
Oh, good.
falling
Fix
out.
it up.
I can see there's no mic cord problem there.
Ixnay.
Okay, Andy Richter.
That was almost a frustration game. That would have been, there's no, yes, knock it off. But that's fine. That's fine. Monologues are fine. Be truthful. I know that probably is well known, but just a true story has a value unique because it's true, and no fake story can match that. It doesn't need to be profound or even that quite interesting. If I want to give Tina Fey a note, she probably hit several topics on and maybe drifted a little bit, but everything was true and everything was honest, and that's going to give it some resonance and some meaning that no made-up story can match. So don't run away from the truth. It doesn't need to be tear-jerking. It doesn't need to be profound. Being true is its value.
Richter's turn to do monologues now, and all we need to get him inspired is a word from the audience.
Psycho.
What's that?
Psycho.
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 Wow. Okay.
Psycho.
The suggestion is psycho. When you really think about it, the basis of virtually any faith you can pick is somebody saying something nuts, like completely crazy, like.
Generally, the two styles of monologue are either going to be anecdotal or I have a theory, and this still may turn anecdotal. Tina Fey's monologues were anecdotal. I remember when this happened to me. This happened in my life. I grew up here. This occurred to me. The other kind is going to be this. If Mr. Richter stays talking theory about religions having at their heart a psychotic element, that is fine. All monologues have to include details and information to support them, giving them the jury some evidence. Let's see if he stays talking about the nature of religion, his point of view on that, or if he becomes talking about some stories from his life.
I'm the son of God. And I remember when I was in college, there was, I went to University of Illinois, and they had Illini Day, which is where all the clubs had their tables out. And there was a sort of, it was a ghetto area off the quad for the Hare Krishnas. And they had all these amazing dioramas of their faith and the stories and the legends that their faith is based on. And it was one crazy cool monster after another. Like a lion with a crow's head, and then a snake with 20 arms, and a hawk, a hawk's head. And I sort of felt like that's the first one I ever really could get behind, simply because of the monsters.
Great. To the point, ended on a period rather than a trail. Boy, I tell you what, every time I teach monologues in class or with other improvisers, I'm always like, we've all been to weddings and heard miserable speeches that go on forever. This was a great example of ending on a period.
Followers, come quickly. I have a message from the Lord. The Lord said unto me that for every man gets as many women as he wants to marry.
Great!
Awesome.
That is great!
Praise
Isn't
the
that
Lord!
Thank you, Lord!
Great news.
You are
Praise the
truly
Lord.
a great God!
Great
A great
news.
God!
How
Great
about every
news.
woman gets guys too?
Well, yes.
Woman could have 4 guys.
Teresa, you're so outspoken.
But that's not what God said.
No, God said.
God came by my house before he came to your house.
Come here. Who are you?
I'm Teresa. Who are you?
Teresa, God does not speak to women. He told me that today.
Well, he came over to my house the night before last and told everybody, heads up, I'm going to tell Teresa something really cool.
Hold on, wait.
That was a false
First
God.
I'm hearing of this.
I know what's going on. God came to me like a week ago and said he was going to play a trick on the women.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
I think we all see where this is going to go. Apparently, God will have spoken to everybody. But again, in these group scenes, sometimes what can be difficult is either A, making sure we can hear everybody and that no one's being I wouldn't say a ball hog, but no one is we're all being respectful. There's a lot of people up there. The other thing too that can happen is these things can kind of drift off focus. And right now the focus is, no, well, God told me that this is true, and this how, and there's certainly a sexist angle in this as well that is fun to play with. And we need to make sure. I don't imagine these people have any problems with the crux of this scene. Well, God told me that you're stupid. I don't see that going anywhere. And with this strong crew, let's roll it back a tiny bit and keep this going.
Said he was going to play a trick on the women.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. He said that to me.
Yeah, he said he was going to let like an angel dress up like him and mess with you.
Right, he wore an angel costume like this one. Whoa! I tricked you.
They're the missing duck feathers. Did you kill all the ducks in the pond, Teresa?
I was hungry.
The Lord's been on vacation for 4 weeks, and I was the first one he talked to.
The
Please.
Lord sent me an email, and he wanted me to forward it to the rest of you.
Followers, listen! This is the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms. We're gonna burn that nut house down if you don't come out.
Is that the Lord?
Okay, we gotta get to screwing.
I'll take this
The
woman.
Lord wants us to screw.
Well, maybe it went differently than I predicted, but that's fine. That's fine. We got a lot of people on stage, a lot of fun people, and we got to make sure everybody gets to chip in here. And it was certainly fun and entertaining, which is all that matters ultimately.
Hi, can I interest you in joining a sorority today?
Oh, I'm not really sure. What kind of things do you guys do?
Oh, we do all kinds of great things for fellowship and sisterhood. We pay a membership due, and then we associate with one another over the course of the 4 years.
What makes this sorority different than other sororities?
This is a bulimia-based sorority, and it's mostly open to girls who are bulimics, although we do have a few anorexics.
So this is kind of like an eating disorder sorority?
Yeah, you could say that.
We cut across campus to a fraternity. So we're basically about date rape. We found
What about rape that doesn't happen on a date? Is that cool?
It's a great question. Generally, we don't rape unless it's on a date.
That's cool.
But if you're down with that, we date rape, and then we hang out for 4 years, and occasionally we have an intramural softball team.
We have 4 mixers.
A split scene here between the sorority and the fraternity. Both are pretty horrible. Let's not kid ourselves. But that's, I think, the point that we're taking a swipe at the Greek collegiate system here. But again, another very clean and clear follow me initiation, and the questions are fine. I don't know if anyone was bothered by any of those questions. They're completely in character and makes sense with the context of what's going on. Of someone rushing a frat or sorority would ask questions. So why should we run away from that? This is fine.
A year with our brother fraternity, where most of the time, most of us do get date raped, and it does help fuel the negative body image and shame that keeps the bulimia going.
Makes sense. That makes sense.
Great. Well, we're having a mixer tonight with a bulimia sorority.
Oh, yeah. I'm into puking for whatever reason.
Well, you need another beer bong.
Yeah.
So you guys have weigh-ins?
Oh, yes, we have weigh-ins every other day.
Do you have Damon weigh-ins?
No.
Okay, let's go.
We're going to a mixer tonight.
We're not actually about softball. We're about date rape. Don't get obsessed about this intramural softball team.
Guys, this is Casey. She's a new play.
And I feel really fat.
Hey, you want to?
This is Mark. Mark is a pledge as well.
Hey, you want to go on a date?
Probably be best to end this scene now as we see that they're doing. There was a time when I realize now in the intervening chunk of time, some people might be offended by these things or feel they're going too far or are too aggressive. Part of the style of this time, and certainly when UCB were coming along, is confronting these issues and not shying away from them, and showing their absurdity from the inside rather than their absurdity from the outside. And they're definitely getting their hands dirty on the inside here, and that's that. Let's keep this going.
Look, guys, it's the last inning. I think that we got to combine our two greatest skills. The only way we're going to beat these guys is to rape them.
Are you that famous author?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I recognize your...
I am.
I recognize your face from the back of the book.
Right, I was at Blockbusters, and then I was at the Writers Guild.
Oh, yeah, sure. I loved your book. It was amazing.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's kind of like I drew from my experiences of childhood.
Yeah.
This is a good example from Horatio Sands here of yesing without heavily anding. The scene started with, "Hey, you're that person. Hey, aren't you that person?" Completely catching someone unprepared or off guard, which is fine. All you need to do is yes without anding. Oh, yes, I am that person. Well, yes, I was in these places that are reasonable. No one's expecting a home run in this kind of situation, and in fact, let's get some people on base before we swing for the fences, you know? So we're seeing some fine yesing without anding until we get our feet underneath us and we understand what we're going for. There's a very good chance that Amy Poehler, the initiator, has something more in mind than simply, "Hey, you're that author." There could be something more in mind, and we just want to have the scene be a bit more elegant rather than blurting out 2 paragraphs right at once. So let's see if she's got more in mind here, or is open to letting it go where it wants to go.
And I have issues with my father also that kind of molded me in a wrong way.
Yeah. Hey, your book is called How to Break Out of Your Own Schmoles. It's amazing. It teaches you how to reconnect, if that makes any sense.
Of course it does. Of course it does.
So great to meet you.
So everybody's talking about schmoles and how to break them. You introduced the concept.
Right, it's like mold. Schmold. We're all from them. We're all from them, man. It's like an ice cube tray with holes in it. It's a schmold.
I have a question.
Oh, question.
Hi, yes. Hello again.
Hi, how are you?
My question is, do you remember me?
Oh, yeah, I do. I do.
Good to see you again.
Hey, sort of questions we're looking for would be questions about the schmold or some question about the book.
Hi, I'm a first-year acting student and an asshole. And actually a narcissist and really selfish. And I live in my own world. And I just like hearing my own voice.
Very fun. We are now 2 for 2 with non-questions. Let's see if we get a third one in here. Not that we need to. Again, we've got a lot of very talented people on stage and witty people who, even with a very simple situation here, their charm and wit can make these things really, really pop.
Once again, we're looking for questions about the book or about some of...
Yes.
We're not going to get one.
I don't really feel like I'm in a schmold as much as a mold, a f***ing mold.
That's a legitimate
different?
question.
No, it is very different. A f***ing mold is a mold you get tired of.
We should probably say effing mold. Just for...
No, you should really say f***ing mold.
Do you have an actual question?
I do have an actual question.
we're actually getting a little bit of a frustration game here. Finally, our first one with our poor game show host being bombarded, not game show, our chat show host being bombarded by inappropriate questions. And as you see, if we were to roll this back, their frustration slowly building as this goes along.
Needs to be a question about
It is a question.
about the book.
Yes, about the book. Have you missed me?
That is not no. I'm sorry. You know what?
She's caught in a thumult.
I won't pick you again, just so you know. You need not raise your hand.
I just want to say I have a one-man show on Friday night.
We'll be right back.
Coming up, hurry.
Again, we had an actual frustration game there. A little bit of a little baby one, but we saw a behavior by all the people asking questions that was not welcome by the host, and the host slowly increasing in frustration, setting some rules that they don't want to be broken. No more of those questions. No more of those questions. It's all very classic stuff here. I guess we're in another commercial break for me to edit out in post.